everyone, and welcome to another episode of my fragrance reviews. Today I'm going to be reviewing the very first perfume by Beyonce called Heat. So back in 2010, when this perfume launched, I remember being so excited because I've always been a fan of Beyonce ever since her early days with Destiny's Child. I got to see her live with Destiny's Child when she was really young, probably like 18 or 19. So I've been a long time fan of Beyonce and just love her. She has the voice of an angel. She's an extremely talented writer and phenomenal actress. Beautiful. I could go on and on about how beautiful I think she is, but I think we all know that by now. Just love Beyonce. Love her. So when she announced that she was launching her very own perfume, I was so excited. I could not wait to see what it would smell like and, smell like Beyonce and wear it and love it, and definitely did, and it did not disappoint me. As some of you may or may not know, this fragrance, Heat by Beyonce, was actually not her very first step into the fragrance world. In 2004, Beyonce Knowles appeared in the ad campaign for designer Tommy Hilfiger's fragrance, True Star, for which Tommy said Beyonce was his muse and the inspiration behind the scent. And in 2005, Tommy Hilfiger decided to keep True Star shining by launching True Star Gold, and once again Beyonce was the golden goddess in that ad campaign as well. Then, in 2007, Beyonce made her big return to the fragrance world, this time by appearing in the ad campaign for Emporio Armani Diamonds, and again in 2008's Emporio Armani Diamonds Intense, both by Giorgio Armani. Well, just like Beyonce herself, she knew the ad campaign for her debut fragrance had to be hot and sexy and be just as seductive and alluring as possible. So, because with a fragrance like Heat, it's called Heat, like you want to turn up the temperature with the fragrance ad campaign. And Beyonce definitely did that. So let's take a more in-depth look at the ad campaign for Beyonce's debut fragrance. In the 2010 ad campaign for her debut fragrance, Heat, Beyonce knew she was going to have to turn up the heat. And the Queen Bee did just that. Wearing a red satin kimono, Beyonce posed in many shots, displaying her womanly curves, her big voluminous hair, and even her sweat. The ever-alluring and seductive Beyonce had everyone catching a fever. Heat by Beyonce. Okay, so first I'm going to start off with showing you guys the box that Heat comes in. I absolutely love this box. Like, the packaging is just brilliant and gorgeous, and the coloring is beautiful. So Beyonce decided to use black, red, and gold. The sides of the box are black, and they have her bee symbol and some really cute little symbols in the corners of the sides, and that's like that on that side. The top has the bee symbol in gold, which I absolutely love. The back says Beyonce Heat in small lettering, but the front is my favorite. So in big lettering, big gold lettering, we have Beyonce Heat with all the little details about the perfume at the bottom. I love this because it is unique. Most of the time with a celebrity fragrance, it'll have the title of the fragrance and then by. But this just says Beyonce Heat, which is all it needs to say. I mean, you can't argue with that. Okay, so now I'm going to introduce you guys to the bottle of Heat by Beyonce, which I absolutely love. This bottle is gorgeous, and just breathtaking. So this is Heat by Beyonce. This is the 3.4 fluid ounce 100 ml bottle, so it's the big bottle. It is gorgeous. I love the coloring. It starts off clear and then it goes down into like a tan color. I don't know if you can really see that, but then it blends down into this beautiful deep red. So the ombre bottle is just absolutely gorgeous, and I love the curves and the fine lines, and the bottle sort of is reminiscent of a stone. So it has good weight to it. It's a beautiful bottle. And the cap, I love the cap. The cap is plastic, but it has this little B symbol embedded into the top. That's her, the Beyonce B. So I've always loved the bottle for Heat, and I think it's just beautiful and classy, and a timeless bottle. Like, this is something you'll never get tired of looking at, and it honestly does look amazing in a fragrance wardrobe. Like this perfume, it just, not only does it smell good, but it looks good. So you definitely want to add this to your collection. And if you don't have this in your collection already, well, that's okay, because you can head on over to love123click.com. There you will find this fragrance in multiple sizes at an absolutely amazing price. And yeah, that's where you can go and get your very own bottle of Heat. Okay, so now let's get to the good part. What does Heat by Beyonce actually smell like? So I'm going to break down all the notes that Beyonce used in her debut fragrance. Okay, so in the top of her fragrance, Beyonce decided to use neroli, peach, magnolia, and orchid. And I'll have to say, overall, the top of this fragrance is definitely fruity and floral. Pretty much because of the peach, that's where the fruity part comes from. It's almost like a war between the fruity and the floral aspect of the top, because it's really hard to say which one it's more of, but I love the top. It's not my favorite element of the fragrance. It's a good opening to a fragrance and a bit unique, but overall there is no true standout star note. It's a lovely opening to the fragrance for sure, and again, just fruity floral combination. So then in the heart of the fragrance, which is my favorite part of this amazing perfume, Beyonce decided to use a few interesting notes. This is where I found this fragrance a bit interesting. She decided to use in the heart musk, honeysuckle, almond, and macaroons. Now I'll just start off by saying, usually musk is not in a heart of a fragrance. Usually that's in a base. So that right there, it starts off being unique and different, which is wonderful. And then, of course, we get to my favorite note, honeysuckle. I love honeysuckle. It's one of my favorite notes. Like, if that's in a fragrance, it's already won me over. I love honeysuckle, always have. But the most interesting notes, I would have to say, are probably the almond and the macaroons. I was not expecting that, and initially when I first read those way back when, I was like, that's gonna smell interesting. I've never really heard of that before, but it turned out absolutely fabulous and just amazing. And this fragrance is amazing. Like, you can definitely tell Beyonce put a lot into this, and it has never let me down. Okay, and then in the base of her fragrance, Beyonce decided to use, again, a few more interesting notes. So she used in the base amber, tonka bean, and sequoia. Now I have to say, the tonka bean is very interesting, but I love that she used that. And then of course with amber, that's a typical, base note in a fragrance, so that's not that surprising. But the blend together, all those notes blended together, create a truly phenomenal, sensational fragrance. And Beyonce did a wonderful, wonderful job.
So if you
find yourself intrigued and maybe wanting to add Heat by Beyonce to your fragrance wardrobe or your perfume collection or your perfume counter, definitely do yourself a favor and head on over to love123click.com. You'll be able to find this fragrance there, and I have posted a link to that website and web store in the bio of this fragrance down below. So definitely go check them out. They have truly one of the most impressive and amazing selections of authentic perfumes and colognes that I've ever seen online. Like, it ranges from newer fragrances to older fragrances. I mean, some of the classics that I did not even know were still available, they have them. So it's definitely worth checking out for sure. You know, you should definitely do that. And their fragrances are always up to 80% off, and your first purchase you will receive 20% off. They're very interactive with their fans and customers on social media. You can follow them at Love123Click on Twitter and Instagram, and then they're also on Facebook. Just search Love123click.com on Facebook. Friend them there. Just a truly phenomenal website. You know, lots of categories, and you may be surprised by what you see on there. And with the holiday season fastly approaching, you know, Christmas is coming up in a few months, it's definitely a good time to start holiday shopping. And Love123click.com is literally a one-stop shop for fragrance shopping. You can find a perfume or cologne or gift set for every name on your list this year by checking them out. Like, you know, they have such a huge selection and catalog of men's and women's designer fragrances, men's and women's celebrity fragrances, and gift sets. So again, it's Love123click.com. Head on over there, check out their selection. You will be amazed. And they're a wonderful company, and they're absolutely fabulous. I love them. Okay guys, so that's going to do it for my review of Beyonce's Heat. Again, in the top of her fragrance, Beyonce used neroli, peach, magnolia, and orchid with a heart of musk, honeysuckle, almond, and macaroons, followed by a base featuring amber, tonka bean, and sequoia. So I've always been a huge fan of Beyonce. I just absolutely love her, and this fragrance has never let me down. It is absolutely wonderful, and I would highly recommend to anyone, and just definitely will always be a staple in my fragrance wardrobe for sure. So yeah, that's gonna do it for my review. Again, thank you guys so much for viewing this video and for supporting my channel and watching my videos. I really do appreciate it. And feel free to follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Perfume Dude BB. That's where you can get in touch with me, tweet me, you know, whatever you need to do. I'm always available. Yeah, just thank you guys again so much, and I look forward to seeing you real soon with another fabulous fragrance review. Until then, bye. Head on over to www.love123click.com, where you'll find an incredible catalog of authentic perfumes, colognes, and gift sets at truly sensational prices, up to 80% off. Everything from classic fragrances to the newer releases, and designer fragrances to the best celebrity fragrances. You could even get 20% off your first purchase. Love123click.com has got what you're looking for. And with the holiday season just around the corner, you can check off every name on your list with a fabulous fragrance. It's www.love123click.com. Happy shopping!